we would want to explain to you that Bridget, hypnosis is about the unconscious mind. And I don't know if you know about the unconscious mind, but the unconscious mind is actually the part of your mind that carries out orders. It's a terrible model, but the part that carries out orders. And I'll give you an example. For instance, if you would, could you just take your right hand there and could you just raise your arm and lower it? And you know, you may not realize it, but that demonstrates your unconscious mind at work. That is, you just had this idea that you were going to lift your arm and you were going to lower it, and you didn't really think about how to do that or how to work the musculature or anything. That, you know, there's a part of you that just understands how that works and did what was involved for you, carried out that request, you know, that you gave it. See, for example, you could close your eyes and open them. And again, that's your unconscious mind at work. It's really just as simple as that. That is, you didn't have to think about how do I close my eyes and what's involved in that. There's some part of you already knows, you know, and already does that. Now, I'd like to show you your unconscious mind at work with an even more dramatic example. And for a second, I'm going to aside here to our audience. You'll notice that I am not, other than at the beginning, I said hypnosis is about the unconscious mind. I'm not really going to talk to her about hypnosis. I'm not going to use that word just yet, again, for a little while, right? So I want to show you how your unconscious mind works with an even more dramatic example. What I'd like you to do is to just take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, just kind of let your body just settle into a relaxing position. It's kind of nice to relax like that. And then take another nice deep breath, and this time, as you exhale, you let your eyes close as well. And sitting there comfortably with your eyes closed, what I'd like you to do is to just begin thinking, and this will really show you how your unconscious mind works. Just begin thinking in your mind, I cannot open my eyes. It's a funny thing to think about, but just think to yourself, I cannot open my eyes. Just imagine that you can't open your eyes. And as you continue to think, I cannot open my eyes, or imagine I cannot open my eyes, what I want you to notice is that as long as you maintain that thought, as long as that thought persists, that if you try to open your eyes, you'll discover that you just really can't open your eyes, as long as you maintain that thought in your mind. In fact, say that idea over and over again in your mind, and then when you're ready, just go ahead and test your eyes. That's right. And you discover that they just won't open. So stop testing your eyes then. And take that same relaxation that you feel in your eyes now and just send it all the way down your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. It's nice to let yourself be relaxed. It's nice to let yourself be comfortable. There's no big deal about that, no mystery about that. It's something that you can accomplish easily because your unconscious mind knows how to carry out orders. And to help you even relax further, I'm going to count backwards from 20 down to 1. And as I count backwards from 20 down to 1, with each count, you can just let yourself relax a little bit more. Or maybe it's your unconscious mind that can help you carry out that idea as I count and as you consider what it means to become more and more relaxed with each count. So 20, you can just notice what it feels like now to be sitting where you are, comfortable and relaxed. 19, 18, 17. More and more relaxed, more and more comfortable. Just letting that develop. 15, 14. Peaceful, easy. 12, 11, 10, 9. Just letting yourself drift and go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Just a little deeper, a little more relaxed and comfortable with each count. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you're deeply relaxed, and you're deeply comfortable. And I want you to know that this is actually hypnosis. So that in a moment when I invite you to come back to the room and count from 1 to 3 and snap my fingers, you can open your eyes and be refreshed and realize that you have actually been in the state of hypnosis. And what a pleasant experience that's been. 1, getting ready to come back, and 2, Just making any adjustments, moving about a bit if that's helpful to you. And 3, opening your eyes and coming back out here. Nicely done. Huh?
Nothing to it.
Nothing to it. Yeah, yeah, see? So because I didn't say, now I'm going to hypnotize you, there was no place for her to really sort of get that defensive thing going on in the first place. We didn't tell her it was hypnosis until it already was accomplished. Does that make some sense? Okay, so this is probably the last, this may be the last one. Thank you, Bridget. This may be the last one. There might be one more that has this, oh yeah, the element induction, of course. This eye lock and close thing, you know, seems to be showing up more and more and more. It seems like every new induction that I get that comes down the pike has somebody doing that. And it's for the same reason as that thing about look at my face, and if my face looks funny, you know, it always works. Because it's useful for people to have a convincer, to just have something experiential that they can latch onto and go, oh, something is happening here that isn't what I'm accustomed to. And if they have that idea about, boy, I can relax my eyes so much that they won't open, or I can think my eyes won't open, and by thinking it and imagining it to be true. And by the way, you could say, and Orman McGill once in a while used to say, want that to happen, allow that to happen, make that happen, even, you know, that encourages, you know, quite a bit. And lets people know, again, too, that you have control and you're going into trance, both at the same time. Make some sense? So, really simple thing. The whole script is right there. The simple version is, if you wanted, you can either do this by, you know, looking over your shoulder at the script while you do it, or I can just give you a couple, I think, key notes, which would be to say, I'm going to talk to you about hypnosis. Hypnosis is about your unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind is the part of you that carries out orders. I'll give you an example. Lift your arm and lower it. There you go. Isn't that something? You know. Close your eyes and open them. That's another example. And so you're getting agreement. There is that yes set. You've given me this instruction and I've followed it. You've given me this other instruction and I've followed it. Okay, and the next instruction then is to take a deep breath. You say, now I'm going to show you an even more dramatic example. Take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, let your body relax. Take another nice deep breath, and this time as you exhale, let your eyes close, right? And then start thinking in your mind. I don't know where else you would think, by the way. It's an interesting thing in the script. But start thinking in your mind that you cannot open your eyes. And then as long as that thought persists, so while you continue to maintain that thinking, notice that as long as that thought persists, you can try to open your eyes and discover that they just won't open. And as soon as you notice any attempt, by the way, because this really is a very light trance at this point, right? So you don't want them to try too hard or for too long, because then it is likely that their eyes will pop open. But at least that first little thing, if they've got good and relaxed, you know, you'll see just a little bit of tugging. As soon as you see any attempt, then say, now stop trying, and just send that same relaxation all the way down your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And to allow you to relax even more, I'm going to count backwards from 20 down to 1. And with each count, you can be more relaxed, more comfortable. When you get down to 1, by the way, you did hear me skip numbers. You probably heard me skip numbers as well. Was that problematic to you? Once in a while, there's some people that do some really weird things with numbers. There's Stephen and Carol Langton, who will go 15, 14, 13, 12, 13, 12, 11, 10. And I find myself going, ooh. I didn't even have to wait in line for that ride. I thought that was cool. You know, and that may be problematic for some other people. But you know, skipping a few numbers here and there, it's easier to skip the numbers if you do what I did. That is, I said 20, 19, 18, deeper and deeper relaxed, more and more comfortable, 16, 17. So I put some words in there, as opposed to just saying two numbers in a row that were not consecutive, right? I had something else in between.